Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Citizens Climate Lobby International last session for the conference today. There are more sessions tomorrow, and we certainly hope you can join us tomorrow. I'm Mark Reynolds, if you're just joining, and welcome back. What's going to be happening in just a few minutes is we're going to hear from our incoming board chair, Dr. Natasha DeJarnett. We're very fortunate that one of our most frequent monthly guests, conference speakers, Dr. Natasha DeJarnett, who has both a master's and a PhD in public health from the University of Louisville, focusing both on the environment and public health. But why we were particularly excited about having her today is on January 1st, Dr. DeJarnett becomes our incoming governing board chair. So what we were hoping to hear from you today is your vision for this organization in 2021 and beyond. So welcome, Dr. DeJarnett.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Mark. What an honor to deliver closing remarks after this incredible conference. I first want to thank you all for attending the conference. We are so greatly appreciative of the time and energy that you've dedicated to this work in a year that's already demanded so much from you. Let us reflect on how strong and resilient we are. This year, we've seen multiple emergencies converge. First, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the health and well-being of our communities. For many of us, it's affected our families directly, our workplaces, our livelihood, our way of life, and the way we interact with each other. Second, global protests to address police brutality against African Americans has led to a racial reckoning to call for dismantling all forms of systemic racism. And third, climate change remains the top threat to health globally, confounding our response to the pandemic and exacerbating inequities. This year alone, we've seen a record-breaking number of hurricanes make landfall on the US. Wildfires continue to affect our friends in the Western US, including California, and extreme heat has plagued many cities this summer. I can certainly say that I have had these to weigh heavily on me, as I have actually lost family members to COVID. Systemic racism affects my life in countless ways, and I live in a county that faced extreme heat this summer. These emergencies, these threats to our health and quality of life, were on top of an election year that was both emotional and stressful for so many. Thinking back on those stressors, I hope you see just how resilient we are. Thank you for your steadfast commitment. This year has definitely heightened the importance of the great work you do. Especially in a year like this, I have found comfort in being part of CCL and working with people like you. We do a lot of things exceptionally well, but one thing we're especially good at is supporting each other. I remember how CCL's founder, Marshall Saunders, would describe the story of his first lobby meeting. Long story short, he was so nervous that he forgot what he was supposed to say during the meeting. But luckily, there were others with him, and being together made that lobby meeting successful. And that's really what we did for each other this year. We're in some new, challenging situations, but with support from this community, we kept going. We kept showing up. We kept getting endorsements. We kept writing letters. We kept calling Congress, and we kept getting out the vote. We did it together. I have been particularly inspired by several things we've accomplished this year. I've been especially encouraged by CCL's stand against systemic racism and even offering training for our volunteers on diversity, equity, justice, and inclusion, thus upholding our core value on diversity. This doesn't only extend to our volunteers. It starts with the leadership and the staff having the tough conversations and walking the talk. I've seen this amazing staff fight through illness, isolation, and insurmountable obstacles to continue to advance our mission and serve our incredible volunteers. The staff has rallied to support each other to make sure that there are no gaps in service nor any unfulfilled actions, and even set and achieved higher goals despite these unique circumstances imposed by the pandemic. And I think about how we've been making a way out of no way all year. Our amazing volunteers made our June Lobby Day our biggest ever and our June conference the most well attended. And that was despite circumstances that could have easily warranted cancellation. Instead of buckling, we have rallied together, although physically distant. And that's what we will keep doing next year, sticking together, embracing demographic and political diversity, and making positive change. All of your perseverance and work during 2020 has helped create more political will than we've ever seen for climate action. The landscape in 2021 looks favorable, and we're in a great position to push forward. So, here at the end of the conference, I hope you can honor what you did this year, and I hope you're feeling inspired and determined to take the next steps to get this across the finish line. Thank you. Please be well, stay safe, and have happy holidays.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. DeJarnett. I don't think there's any way that could have been better. Well, listen, everybody, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you can join us again tomorrow. Thank you for all the work. I'd just like to say for my staff, who's worked really an enormous number of hours to make this happen and make it come off this way. So thank you all for the enormous work you did to do this. Again, thank you, Dr. DeJarnett. I don't think we could have had a more perfect ending today's conference, though. We'll see you all tomorrow, everybody. Thank you so much.